is Mercedes, and I'm going to be propagating my brand new Monstera Albo plant. Somebody, I have been dying to get one of these plants, which I'm going to take her out. If I were to keep her growing from this one node, she would just grow beautiful and tall, which is great and everything, but I want a full plant. So what I'm going to do with her is I'm going to cut her up and put her and propagate her in 3 different containers, so that once she gets fully rooted and everything, I can plant all 3 plants in one pot to make a beautiful variegated Albo Monstera plant. So with this plant, if you can see, she has a beautiful aerial root, and she's been cut. She has 2 aerial roots actually, and she has a node here, and a big node here. So what I want to do is I want to cut below the node so that I don't stunt her growth. But for this, I do want to also keep the variegation, because if you can see, she's really variegated here, or you can see a lot of the albo there. This one started to go a little less, so by me cutting this top one off, I'll at least get the same variegation from these most likely to grow up. So I am going to start cutting. Okay, so now that you've cut all 3, or however many you're going to cut, you're going to wait until this little area that you've cut kind of gets a little bit crusty. That's normally, it kind of dries out so that when you go ahead and propagate it in water, it's not going to mold or rot. But I'm going to wait until it gets a little bit crusty, and then I'm going to dip all of the open, exposed areas of the plant in wax. That's just going to close it off so that you have a even more or less likely chance of it rotting. So I'm going to leave these here for about an hour and then check on them again. They already seem like they're starting to change color. So I'm just going to leave them here for a little bit, about an hour, and then I will come back to them and then dip them in wax to completely seal them off. Okay, after these cuttings have set out for about an hour, a little less, as long as it starts turning brown, you should be good, kind of like this. You're going to get a non-scented candle, and you're going to melt the wax. You don't want the flame to go on. You don't want the flame to go on the stem or anything, or the propagation. So make sure before you dip it in here, you blow that out. I'm going to blow it out. I'm going to move this, and I'm going to kind of just dip. I'm going to dip and set this around the stem. Okay, so once you are completely done and you have sealed all of your plants, or the cutting part of your plants, with the wax, you are then going to place them in distilled water. It's important it's distilled because all of the chemicals are taken out. So I have 3 propagations. So I have 2 cups that are full, and then I'm going to fill this one right now. You got to keep it full with distilled water. They say that it's better for it. I've propagated with normal faucet water, and it has worked. But for this, since it's such a expensive, iffy plant, I don't want to risk it. So I have my water here, and I'm just going to place my plants in the water like you normally would. Okay, so for this one, since it has a new leaf coming in, I don't want to submerge that in water. So I am just going to put only, thankfully, the way it leans, the leaf is still out. I'm just gonna place it kind of leaning. I kind of want, I may end up putting this in a smaller container because so when the leaf starts forming, it's gonna take up a lot of this area. So I don't want it to be stuck. So once it starts forming, I'll change it. But other than that, this is basically it. I will give you guys an update once roots start growing and I decide to pop them into soil. So thank you for watching.